Okay, I think I'm all set up. Hello, hello, happy Wednesday. I hope you are doing well. My name is Kristen Nicole. I hope your week is going great so far. And I hope that you are able to relax a little bit and hopefully enjoy the moment. So, with that, I wanted to come on here and do a quick training on mindfulness and the benefits that it has for your children. Because if you suffer from BPD, then you already know how difficult it can be to kind of live in the moment, how difficult it can be to calm when things are very crazy. And you likely worry about teaching your kids that and making sure that they have the tools that they need to be able to feel comfortable and kind of in control. So there are many benefits of mindfulness, not just for you, but also for your children. Kids actually, it helps them learn to focus, manage stress. It helps them to regulate their emotions and develop a positive outlook. So this is something that you want to start as soon as you can. And I pulled this from an article where the writer talks about her daughter who started learning mindfulness in the 3rd grade. And at first, her daughter was very resistant. They actually did it in school. She's very resistant. But after a little while, she really started to begin to enjoy the sessions, and she discovered that they would help her to focus. She also noticed that the mom noticed that her daughter was able to center herself more at home when she would start to freak out about something, and that she was able to stop, take a breath, and then shift her perspective to come up with a less emotional, more productive reaction. And she notes that her daughter is a highly sensitive individual, so she just couldn't believe the turnaround that was going on. The woman who would teach the mindfulness activity at the school, her name was Danielle Mahoney, and she is a mindfulness educator and literacy coach. And so I believe she holds a doctorate as well. But she is quoted saying that the greatest impact that she has seen by far in terms of working with the kids on their mindfulness is an increase in compassion for not just themselves, but for others as well. That they have learned how to pause and respond to situations rather than just react. And that children who are taught mindfulness seem to have better coping skills in communicating, and also have learned to be present for themselves and for others. And of course, with being present, this helps to improve attention, reduce stress, as well as increase the ability to regulate emotions, feel compassion, and empathy. And she notes that self-regulation is and optimism and planning and organizational skills were all things that these mindfulness activities had helped with. So those are just some of the benefits, why it's important that you want to be teaching your children about mindfulness. And the nice thing is it'll also help you too. So it's really going to benefit you both. But in terms of 4 tips on how you should teach mindfulness, how you want to do that at home, I will share those with you. So these are just some general tips. However, and I think they're a little bit more, not an advanced age, but obviously like 4 or 5-year-olds are going to pick this up a little bit better than toddlers. So if you want some tips specific to toddlers, shoot me a private message and I'm happy to get that over to you. To kind of help with that, because you have to take a little bit of a different approach there. So the first tip is you want to teach your child to quiet their mind with what is called a brain break. So this is something where you teach them to take a deep breath, calm themselves down for 3 to 5 minutes. They want to quiet their minds and be present and just focus. Okay. So, encourage your child to take brain breaks during homework or when they're switching from one homework activity to the next during stressful situations. And then also when they're just transitioning to any activity. So maybe it's in between homework steps, but it could just be any activity in general. It's just a moment when you need to decompress a bit and just be present in the moment. So taking that time to be calm, be peaceful, and remember that things that are important in life and really focus on the positive. So that's tip number 1, quieting your mind with a brain break, teaching them to quiet their minds rather. Tip number 2 is go on a listening walk. Now, I know with everything that's going on right now, this might be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully you are in an area where you can go out and walk outside together. And you certainly should be doing that because that's going to be good just for your mental health anyway, in general. But by going on a listening walk, what this means is like walking and eating, you want to teach your kids to truly be in that moment, not thinking about tomorrow's math test or Saturday's birthday party or really any other thing. Just go on the walk and then ask them what sounds they hear, what the sounds remind them of. Ask them how they help to remember a happy time or appreciate a happy experience. So that way they're just really focused on the activity that you're doing together. The third tip is engaging with food. Now, this is something that you can certainly do with your toddler, and you can do a little bit of the listening walk as well. But this is something, if you've heard of mindful tasting, it's knowing and being taught the importance of being mindfully aware when you are eating and focusing on each bite that you take. What does it taste like? Just engaging with food, not watching TV, not even focusing on conversation. So the reason for this is that there is a lot of research that watching TV and when you are eating and talking and things like that, you will tend to actually overeat as opposed to taking your time and being present in that particular moment. Okay, so that's tip number 3. And then tip number 4 is using an app like Stop, Breathe, and Think. There are 2 versions. There is an adult version, and then there is a kid's version. So the kids version is suggested for ages 5 to 10. So they do need to be a little bit older. This is not going to be for your toddlers, but this is something that's really good if your child is having problems winding down. It has a series of mindful games that help your child to focus, help them with peaceful sleep, help them with quiet time, and it also encourages them to check their emotions with emojis. They get a sticker for completing their mindfulness missions, or their mindful missions, rather. So that's a really good app to check out. I've just downloaded it. I'm going to try it with my son. My daughter is too young for that right now, but I certainly want to try it with him and see how that helps. He has a lot of energy, so seeing if that can kind of help calm him down. So the big point is really being present in the moment is key to experiencing life to the fullest. And it's also key in boosting your positive outlook. It's key in boosting your mood and just overall general well-being and happiness. So certainly it's very, very important to teach this to your children or your child as soon as you can. Now, if you would like 6 mindfulness and meditation apps for kids, shoot me a private message and I'm happy to get that over to you. Or like I said in the beginning, if you would like some toddler specific mindfulness activities, again, shoot me a private message and I'm happy to get that to you. If you are checking this out on Facebook, you just want to go to the top of my page or profile and hit that message button. And if you are watching this on YouTube, there should be an option to contact me. So just any of those should work, and it should get to me, and I'm happy to get that over to you. That is it for today. I hope that this has been valuable for you. If it has, please smash that share button, get it out to your friends and family, or drop a comment or a tag below, and tag your friends and family members who you think this would be helpful for. Quite frankly, if you have kids, if your friends have kids, they can benefit from this, especially with everything that's going on right now. I think it's really important to help decrease that anxiety, decrease those stress levels in not just ourselves, but also our children. It's just going to help you have a little bit of a better family life, and help them to develop these good skills, because it is very difficult to develop them the older you get. But the more you start practicing them at a young age, then the more likely you are to have a happier life, live a better life, and then carry it on throughout your adulthood. Okay, so that is it. Again, thank you so much for checking this out. I appreciate you. I hope that you have gotten some value. Again, if you have, just smash the share button and get it out to your friends and family. And shoot me a private message if you would like any of those toddler tips, or if you would like any of those mindful and meditation apps for kids. Okay, that's it. I will see you on Friday. Have a good Thursday. Have a good Friday during the day. And I'll see you Friday around 5:15. Hopefully I'll be able to get on here about 5, but we'll see with the kids. Sometimes it gets a little crazy. All right, have a good night. Bye.